You're listening to State of Arrest. Should you go to the emergency room when you get in a car accident, you're injured due to the negligence of another? Should you call an ambulance? Most people think, yeah, of course, you need to set up a claim. I just had a client call me literally within the last few days. They were in an accident. I'm a criminal defense attorney. Chris O'Toole, he's personal injury. That's who I call. What'd you tell me? If they need it.
Absolutely not. No
Don't
ambulance,
go.
no emergency room.
Surprised me.
Exactly. Most people think, oh, I gotta go. I gotta prove my case. But no. As long as you get to the doctor within a week, I'm happy. But do not go to the ambulance, to the emergency room, unless you absolutely have to.
And for a number of reasons. I mean, there's paying. You got to pay for the ambulance ultimately.
That's the biggest reason right there.
Well, I mean, it also eats up your. What do you have $10,000 to play with to start documenting your injuries immediately?
Yeah. So when you're in an accident, you have $10,000 in PIP coverage that comes from your insurance, and that $10,000 has to last through every doctor, through every MRI, X-ray, everything. So when you start adding an emergency room and an ambulance on top of that, guess what? You have no money left once you get out of the emergency room.
To document your injuries that you need to set up the claim.
Right. So most people think, let me go take an ambulance to the emergency room. It looks good. Fine if you do that, but know this. The emergency room is going to suck up every last dollar of that $10,000.
Through CAT scans.
Pretty much it. They have a CAT scan machine. They have to pay for it. They're going to charge you $2,000 per. They're going to give you 3 CAT scans, and you're going to walk out of there with useless CAT scans and no PIP money left.
See, people may not know. I mean, I don't know how they would, but when we love what we do. I'm always taught. Although you know criminal, you've done criminal law. You talk about personal injury,
We were
and
prosecutors together.
I can tell you right now, I know that Chris hates CAT scans. Chris loves MRIs, and emergency rooms suck up the $10,000.
That's right.
CAT scan for
It's useless.
every part of the person's body that he's got to contradict with the MRIs that he sets up. I mean, your clients, after they eat that PIP money up, have to go through you to be able to finance documenting injuries, which means you need to contact someone in your network of doctors.
Gotta go get an opinion from a doctor saying you have a permanent injury, and the hospital can't do that because they just saw you one time. So how are you going to go find a doctor that you can get therapy with and actually feel better, and to say you have a permanent injury if you have no PIP money left?
Right.
That's the problem with hospitals. They just eat your PIP money. You come out naked, not naked, but no money naked, and then now we have to find a doctor who treats you on a letter of protection, meaning
They're going to get paid when you end up scoring the huge settlement way down the line. They front the medical services, and they get paid on the back end.
Right.
But
if they would have gotten paid from the PIP, you would not have to pay them on the back end, and you'd have more settlement money.
Right. And you just don't think that, hey, to get medical treatment or diagnosed, I got to get an attorney or go through an attorney, but it ends up being that way. And people are running into the emergency room and documenting and thinking they're going to get rich under any and all circumstances because of just the privatization and the homing in on call. I'm not going to use any numbers. I'm certainly not going to promote any advertising agencies that love to eat up PIP money and score personal injury suits, and when it really is misleading to the public.
It truly is. The best thing you could do is, if you're in an accident, you don't have to go to the emergency room. Just go home, ice, take some Advil or Tylenol. The next day, you could either call an attorney like me, and we have a network of doctors you can work with, or you could find your own personal doctor to treat you, and that's the best way to do it. Document your injuries without using the hospital.
And that's a great point, actually, is that I've been doing criminal defense since day one, 2 decades of it. I love it. I get a call, and I know I talk with you about the personal injury all of the time, but I get a client that calls me literally on the scene of an accident, and my first thought is, yeah, you know what, I think that you probably are going to need to go to the emergency room, document injuries, right? And I've been talking about personal injury cases with you for 20 years now.
Right.
And I said, but I know better. Let me call the personal injury attorney. Gave you a call, and hey, listen, no, don't go. I prefaced it, of course. Do you need it? Are you injured? Do you think you need medical treatment.
Of course. If you have blood coming out of your nose, you have a broken arm, of course you got to go to the emergency room. We're talking about cases where there's soft tissue injury.
Like when I got in a fight with my girlfriend. Right. Oh, gosh, you got a lot of money from her for that, Chris.
Hey, well,
I'm making this up.
Nothing personal.
Right.
But here's the difference is, say you go to the hospital, they eat your money up, you got to get a doctor on a letter of protection.
They're going to eat your money up. If you go to the emergency room,
Guaranteed.
it's gone. $10,000.
Hospital's only job is to eat your money. Or you have a client who calls me, I send him to a doctor, and that doctor gets paid through the PIP money. The difference could be as much as $7,000, $8,000 in a settlement that goes to my pocket. I mean,
and
my
the
client's
doctors
pocket.
in your
That was a nice slip up.
yeah, that's no, but I mean, listen, you make money because you're good at what you do. I mean, the bottom line is your client wins, you win. When it comes to a situation where an injured person is going to someone in your network of doctors, you have a working relationship with these individuals, so you're not dealing with doctors, I'm presuming, I know, that are going to gouge the price.
It's
or say
actually
even
opposite.
it's the opposite, isn't it? They negotiate. It's because
they want to continue working with me, and they're not some hacks. They're not doctors that don't know what they're doing. They're all board certified, and they want to continue working with me. So they're going to do their best to reduce their bills, waive their bills, do whatever it takes to help the client get the most in their pocket.
It's such a significant amount of money at the end of the day, right?
It really
when you
is.
talk, especially in cases involving surgery, when you're dealing with doctors that understand the business relationship and what's required of them and how good of a job that they have to do, and that they need to charge reasonable prices to maintain that
Yes.
business end of things.
And I say the doctors that we work with, there's a relationship there, and that relationship benefits our client. When you go to the hospital, there's no relationship. The hospital's not looking to benefit you. They're looking to benefit themselves. So that's
Right.
the difference.
Yeah. Oh, that's a money machine.
It really
isn't
is. Yeah.
Chris, thanks for coming today. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Until next time.
My pleasure.
Join us again. Cool. You've been listening to State of Arrest. Lucky enough to have Chris O'Toole, personal injury and attorney in South Florida today, and explaining things, telling us how it is. I'm William Moore. Thanks for listening.